Of what is today? What is today? Today is Saturday. That is it Saturday? I think so. Anyway, I got a little bit of the shakes going. My ears are getting better. I'm feeling better physically, and I'm doing good coping and managing my conditions pretty well today. But hey, remember, when I'm trying to make this avocado toast, you might hear my voice change. You're not going to see what's happening with me, and you also might see my hand shaking or whatever, but we're going to do something. And I know a lot of people don't like, avocados and stuff, and that's okay. Like, there's a lot of things you could do. Like, you could make a hummus sourdough toast or something. Oh, hi. Hi, Arrow 304 Nosy. I'm not going to use your other name. I'll call you Nosy. Because you're not an error at all. At all. Okay, let's get to it. I've got the ingredients, some of them set up here. Let's go over it real quick. I'm going to use a little bit of this veganese, just a little bit. We're going to use some ground cumin today. We're going to a little smoked paprika. Like I said, I got the shakes a little, but that's okay. And we're going to do some cayenne pepper. A tiny bit of lime juice. We're going to use a little bit of high quality organic extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to use this lovely little chef's knife here at my friend's house that's nice and sharp. I got to be careful so I don't cut myself. We got some garlic cloves we're going to mince up. And then this avocado might actually be overripe. I'm not sure. And then I have this one also. So we'll cut these open and see what the quality is. It got kind of cold. So sometimes when the flesh or the meat of the avocado inside gets cold, you'll see brown striations or stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. And then I got some backup. I got some backup ones. These aren't quite ripe yet. They're still pretty firm, but I could still squish them up and make them tasty. So welcome today. Oh, and then I've got some jalapenos that are starting to shrivel, but that's okay. They're still usable, especially in a dip or something. You could also cook them, puree them, roast them. So even though it's starting to, overripe, but this shriveling is a lot from traveling and being outside and the temperature and then the heat. And then I threw them in the refrigerator and the, refrigerator to make them last. And then they start shriveling up. So you can even see on this one where it's starting to kind of get a little funky, whatever right there. No big deal. We'll just cut the funkiness off. And we'll still use as much as we can because it's still going to be great in our thing. And then I don't eat a lot of gluten, type stuff or breads much, but I do have a nice rustic jalapeno sourdough. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to put it in I don't have a toaster here, but we're going to use the air fryer, and we're going to put a little bit of this olive oil on there, and we're going to toast it up in the air fryer. And then once our mix is done, then we're going to make pieces of avocado toast. And that's going to be our breakfast/lunch. Who knows? It should be okay. Now I might use a little splash of tapatio at the end for fun. I don't have any salsa or tomatoes, but that's okay. And I'm not going to add... sometimes I add salt. Let's see, are any of the things I'm putting in salty? Not really. The veganese has a little bit of a salty flavor to it. But so I might grind just maybe a little splash of some pink Himalayan in there. And then maybe a little black pepper. Spicy. Now, just so you know, I'm not looking at the screen regularly because I don't have a way to set this up and do this prep, but also see the screen. So I'll be going back and forth to look behind the behind. But that's why Oh, and then I got this cute little bowl that we're going to make it in. And we just have a fork so we can squish it. Squish, 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 squish. So let's start with our main ingredient, le avocado. I hope you can see this okay. Whoop. We're going to try to not cut my finger off. I go right to the seed, and then I just gently rock the knife around here. I got to be careful because with the jitters and stuff, sometimes it makes me move suddenly, and that's not always safe. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Is this one bad? I have a feeling it might be kind of gross. Let's find out. The reveal. Show them what's behind door number 1. Ba-ba! Yeah, this one is destroyed. Now, if I was absolutely starving, because I hate to waste, I might still pull out and use sections of this, you know? But this one is actually gone, not just the cold, but it's actually gone overripe. And one of the ways I can tell that is because it's at the bottom of the avocado seed, it started to like even like have a little sprout right here. So that's like showing that it's like overripe and it's kind of destroyed. So that's sad. I hate that. But I did get these like, you know, a week plus ago. I'm going to rinse my knife off. Just because it's kind of yucky looking. Get over there. Ugh. I need to get a proper, I need to get like a, anyway, let's try this one. Here we go. Okay, focus, breathe. Let's try my left hand. My left hand doesn't shake as much, but I'm not very good with cooking, prep and stuff with my left hand, but I'm amazing at knife fighting with my left hand. So I just have to pretend I'm fighting an avocado. Wah, wah, wah! Oh, there's a little hair stuck to the frickin' sticker from traveling with Hannah. Okay, let's try this one. Show them what's behind door number 2. Okay, there we go. Now, one of the things I notice, right, and when I buy fruits, vegetables, things like that, but avocados, is a lot of times when you get a large avocado, you also are going to have a giant pit. And if you're paying by the weight, you're paying for the weight of the pit. So, to be honest with you, affordability-wise, and depending on season and where it's coming from, a lot of times a medium or small size avocado will yield you more fruit or flesh or meat, as as they call it, from the avocado, and it'll have a smaller pit usually. And there are different types. Some of them have really tiny pits. Let's crack open this one, because out of the 4 that I have of this one's the ripest. I can tell it's very firm in comparison. I'm just gonna rock it around here to the other side. Rocking in the avocado world. There we go. It comes apart beautifully. Yeah, very nice. That's a beautiful color. You know, this one is starting to get riper, but it's still a little green. Get it? You get it because it's green? Okay. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. So let's take a look here. Big giant seed. Fair amount of meat in it. Smaller seed. Still a lot of avocado flesh or meat, right? And if we look at this one, look at how deep that hole is. So, that's like half of it. So these are almost the same amount of usable avocado. So just keep that in mind. A lot of times, the smaller ones are more affordable. Also, please do your part. Don't buy them in the plastic mesh bags. if you can manage it, please don't buy them in the plastic mesh bags. Just buy them in a bulk, or even, paper if you have to, but like just try to not use extra bags. They already come in their own packaging. Hi, Pirate. Number deux. Pirate deux. I'm not saying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 80. My French is horrible currently. Do you see, look, I fluffed my beard. I fluffed my beard. I gave it the fluff, fluff, fluff. Back to avocado toast. I look crazy, don't I? I love it. I'm a mad Krampus. So, different ways of getting the seed out. One, you could just squeeze, pop it, but depends on how you want to use the avocado, right? If you want to be able to do nice slices of your avocado, then one of the simplest ways is to just pop your knife into the top of the seed like so, and then you gently rotate one way or the other, and it breaks it free pretty easy. Cool, huh? So that's one way to do it. But you also have to be careful, because then you got to pull that off of a sharp knife. You can actually, with some avocados, you can actually grow a little avocado tree. You have to like put little cuts in it, and then I usually toothpicks and put portion of it in the water. Anyway, there's a whole thing. Look that up. I don't have a spot to grow an avocado tree here. But someday, if I am ever lucky enough to have any property whatsoever, I want to have an avocado tree, even if it doesn't fruit, because they have beautiful leaves. Have you seen the guacamole song? I don't think so. But if it's anything fun like the duck lemonade song, or I love eggs song. So then what I do is right in the avocado, and of course be careful. I've done this for a while, so I know how to push and cut. Plus I'm also using like a vegetable knife, which isn't very sharp. But you also could put it on the cutting board to make sure you don't accidentally cut through it. And then I cut, because I'm going to squish this up to make this easy to get out of the avocado and to get as much of the avocado flesh, the fruit, out of it. And also to have the tiny chunks so they're easy to squish. I just do crisscross applesauce, like so. And then when I squeeze it, look, they just pop right out. I just give it a gentle squeeze like so, boom, and they just come right out like that. Now, one thing to note is always pull the little seed off before dumping in the bowls or stuff with the avocado, because a lot of times when we're doing this, we accidentally, without pulling this off, it ends up going in. And it's gross when you accidentally chomp that sucker. Oh, that tastes so gross. All right. Plus, sometimes they're hard and you can actually like chip a tooth or whatever. So look at that. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at how much we got out of there. How's that for getting a ton out of there? And then I could, even if there's a little left over, I can gently take a spoon or fork and scrape a little bit more off. But isn't that a really clean, easy way to get a whole bunch of that fruit flesh out of there? I think so. And it makes it really easy to squish. It makes it easy to squish up, which is fantastic also. Bum, 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 bum. Now, I like it chunky on my avocado toast. I know a lot of people call this guacamole. Oh, guacamole. Ooh, this is the other thing. I had a tiny little sliver of the avocado peel, the rind or whatever it is. So I got to be careful and watch. I miss a lot of stuff because I get excited and overstimulated, doing food cooking sometimes. So there, see, I got a couple of chunks. I really got to pay attention. I'm like looking over here at the phone and I'm like, I got to look here. So there's one. And then, another way, like I said, you can just simply squish, you can squeeze until you get a little separation around the seed, then pop it out. Or, a person could use, could use a spoon like they usually do. A lot of people do a spoon, and then they use a spoon to like scoop out the avocado. or they peel it. You know, they also peel the avocado. But I find this to be just super easy, quick, simple. You know, I get most of the meat and everything off of it. Boop. For instance. And let's see here. Okay. Now this one, you know, it doesn't look as good, right? It doesn't look as appetizing. But the flesh is still firm. Still firm. And most of this is, I can tell, from temperature. It'll make them brown and give them little striations and stuff. But this is also soft, and it's going to blend right in, and it's still going to be delicious and nutritious. And actually, as the avocado gets kind of in this ripe zone, it gets a little sweet too. So, you know, I don't like eating it rotten. For instance, like right here, some of that goopy funky, I'm not going to put that in there. But I'm not going to waste the rest of it either. I'm going to make the most of it. Did you use my character? Like, did you see my character with your emojis? I hope you liked it. Did you see my character? I don't understand. Let's see. Did you see my character with your emojis? I'm sorry, Pirate 2. I don't quite understand what you're saying. I have to figure that out. When it gets brown, it gets icky. Yeah, sometimes. But like I said, sometimes the brown is not caused by it being overripe. Sometimes the brown can be caused by temperature, by it being cold. All right, so I'm just gonna make a half bowl. I'm gonna squish these up later and add to it, but for now we'll continue. Let's get into, we'll use about half of this garlic. I like it nice and garlicky. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the little nibs off of the garlic also, since I'm here. You don't have to do that. A lot of times I just eat that. But we're just gonna cut the little nib tips off here. These are starting to get kind of ripe. I need to use them up. And then I'm just gonna do let me do it like this. There we go. Give my nails a trim while I'm at it. Very nice. Now this garlic is a little soft, which is gonna be good. There we go, look at that. That's nice, not too minced, it's pretty good. Yeah, so I'm gonna throw that in there. I like it nice and garlicky. I don't even mind having a couple of good chunks, you know, on my toast that are gonna show up. So it's always nice to do, I think, a variety. You know, you can also like cut it in half and then, you know, you can do the drag slice or you can do your chop style, whatever you're good at. I'm just grateful that I currently have good motor skill management and mental focus and ability to do this right now. So I'm very, very pleased, giddy. I'm just gonna kind of pre-mix it a little bit. Like I said, I like it nice and chunky. I mean, I like really smooth guac too, but I'm making this chunky style. All right, let's take a look at this jalapeno. So the tip is a little rotted, and we're gonna take off the top here. You could also pre-roast this, like pre-fire roast this a little bit, and then throw it in, which would be good too. Or you could cut little slivers and put it on top of the toast. So let's take a look inside our jalapeno that's getting overripe. You know, you can see that this orange to brown coloring and stuff is starting to kind of make it kind of ripe and stuff. So A lot of people cut out this section in the jalapenos when they're using it. And they get rid of the seeds too. Not me. Since these are a little overripe, I am gonna cut them down into finer pieces here if I can manage. I just gotta go nice and easy. How is your day today? What kind of stuff are you getting into? Our friend Eva from Vienna, they sent us some footage of the Krampus, the Nordic festivals and stuff from December 5th in their region and area. It's just very cool. I love it. I posted it on I shared what they shared with me in my community posts on my channel also. Thank you so much to Eva Hess. Thank you, Eva, for that. Nice little diced jalapenos right there. That's good. Perfect. Oh, come here, little fella. Come here, you. Come here, you little seed. You little lovely jalapeno. Get in there. Get right in there, love. Everything's gonna be all right. Oh, let's turn on some light. I had really good light going, and then it looks like the clouds came in outside. Let's see, how cool. I will have to watch. I plan to sloth today and watch holiday movies. Oh, that sounds great. That sounds super fun. I am binging currently, well, of course, keeping up on politics, but today, so I caught up on Stranger Things. I binged like this last week, off and on. And I'm now going to start season 5. And also one of the shows I really, really enjoyed recently was called, it's with Ted Danson. It's called A Man on the Inside. Oh, and it's so good. There's 2 seasons and it's such a cute, awesome. It's just, I really enjoyed it. It's not everybody's thing, of course, but I thought it was a really cool show. Let's get back to squishing some cotto. Boop, boop, boop. All right, so we got, that's nice. Doesn't that look good? Okay. We're going to do a little bit of cumin. A lot of people like it really strong. I'm just doing a little bit of a shake there because this isn't a giant bowl of guac or avocado mix for the toast. We're going to do some paprika. These things are all, these seasonings not only are good for seasoning, right, for flavor and creating a flavor profile that is traditional, but these seasonings, they're good for your heart, for your cardiovascular, like they're good for your body unless you're allergic. There we go with some cayenne pepper. If you like it hotter, put a little more in. We're going to give just a little squirt of some lime juice. Boop, boop. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, so we got some lime juice in there now too. That's very lovely. Oh, very cool. Error. No. Why are you so up in my business? I love you so much. You're awesome. Let's start the air fryer. I'm at my friend's house, hanging out / house sitting / hiding out from the weather / trying to find a tent that I can allow myself to buy / hunting for housing / All right, take a little bit of this olive oil and pop. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna gently, of course, if I put this in a little sprayer, that's a good way to do it too. You can put this in a little sprayer, and spray the toast, but I'm just gonna gently drizzle a little here like so. Let's see, come on, drizzler. There we go. A little olive oil drizzle. This is good for your body. Very, very healthy, unless of course you're allergic. But yeah, and the high quality organic, that's the business right there. Beautiful. put it in a little air fryer and a little air crispy, and we let it do its thing. Now, let's get back to the business. Yes. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. The Stranger Things, this one is so good. I'm a merman, Pa. Merman. All right. I am going to go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil in here too for my health. If I had coconut oil with MCTs, I would put a little coconut oil here for the MCTs. I'm already getting some avocado oil. Don't need that. Now, I'm going to use a little veganese because I want to make this just a little creamy. Not crazy creamy, just a little bit. And I know some people add mayonnaise to their, to their guac and stuff. But I'm just going to put a little bit of this in here for the flavor and the crema. And then now we're just going to gently take the fork here. Because like I said, the avocado is fairly ripe. I have like a firm one in here and a pretty ripe one in here. Oh, I'm making a mess. I'm not a good chef if it looks dirty, right? Whatever. Okay, here we go. So we're just gonna kind of gently, not too powerfully, we're just gonna start to mix this around, trying to keep the avocado kind of chunky, but we also really want to get those yummy seasonings mixed up really well in here, my loves. We just get it all in here beautifully, making something that we can eat, filling our hearts so beautifully with this avocado seed. That looks nice. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, look how chunky that is. Now, I would probably add little tomatoes maybe in here as well if I had some, or even red bell pepper, or some fun things like that to give it like some color splash. Some people also put in onion. This is garlic jalapeno mix. There we go. There is our lovely little bowl. Ooh, let's have a taste. Shall we? Oh, you know what I didn't put in yet? Oh, that's spicy! That is the one hot jalapeno, baby. I didn't salt it. Hi, Eva! Hey! I didn't salt it or pepper it yet. But let's taste this. Oh, that's amazing. Ooh, that's got some heat. The jalapeno plus the cayenne. Oh my gosh, that is so good, y'all. Now, we are gonna do a little splash or a little grind of some pink Himalayan. Bronk. So, if in the bedroom, Himalayan, and if you're in the bathroom, then European. Something like that. And then here we got the grinder to put some fresh whatever. So we're gonna set our lovely mix right there. I'm gonna make some more later too. I'm gonna use up the rest. I'm gonna make some and put it in the fridge and save it. All right, our toast is almost ready. You want to take a peek? Let's go take a peek. Let's see. When the bread is cross, will you rub it with the garlic? Well, I hope I don't make the bread upset with me. But if I do, come here, phone. But if I do, No, I'm not going to rub it with the garlic because I already have plenty on it, but sometimes I do. But this is a jalapeno sourdough. And so since there's plenty of garlic in here, it's just going to be all part of it. Oh yeah, we're going to make it crisp. No, cross is awesome. I love cross, but it's just funny because I'm just like, the bread is so mad at me. It's so cross. Why are you so cross with me, sourdough? Why? Why? What did I ever do to you, sourdough? Whoa, I need a fainting couch. You know, that sort of thing. I think I'm feeling kind of dramatic and fun this morning. Do, 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 do. Da, 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 da. And when I think of you, blop, blop. How's that? That looks good. Now I could keep crisping it some more until I get some burnt edges. I do like burnt edges on the toast. However, sometimes if I cook it too much, you know, let's do triangle pieces. It makes them look funny like it's a pizza. But you know, you can knock these down into little bites too, right? It just depends on what you're feeling like. So I'm just doing this because it's just kind of fun. And why not have interesting shapes of toast? Of course, I could have put, you know, the all this on here first and then cut it. But, you know, this is more fun. Plus, it's visually stimulating, isn't it? It's stimulating my visual cortex. Oh, thank you so much. Now, let's see. How about a beautiful little platter for the season? Welcome to my fireplace. Won't you join me by the tree? We can hold hands and sing songs, and then we can go outside to the snow and pee. Don't eat yellow snow. It doesn't taste like pineapple. I've tried. Oh, I'm in a good mood. Isn't that awesome? It's because my ear infection is almost cleared up, and I got to take a shower, and I've been getting to be able to talk to different friends and stuff, and it's been very fun. Here we go. Let's take some scoops. Oh, here we go. A little scoop. Now, you can spread it, or you can mound it. Like, that's probably too much. You know, let's look at the profile of that. Like, that's a lot for a bite. Like, I go to bite that, it's going to get all over the place, right? Squish it down, looks kind of... So I'm going to go maybe about like... about like so. Like a teaspoon to tablespoon. You know, you just... However you like it. You do your thing. And I'm not going to push it all the way out to the edges because I like a little bit of crunchy and all that too. And I'm just going to... Put it right there on the beautiful little platter. You know, now for fun, let's say I really do need to get some more of that garlic, and I am a garlic lover. I could do a little bit like this. Boop! And pop a little garlic clove on there. You know, that's cute. Do, 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 do. You know, a little bit of salsa, a little bit of tomato, a little bit of, you know, whatever on the top for fun also. But, you know, if you like the extra garlic, of course, I could also, for plating and for the beauty, you know, for the cool look of it all, we could do like jalapeno slices like this, where we go a long way. Now, this one's a little ripe, so it's going to be super spicy. So, for instance, I could take a nice big sideways slice, and we could, for instance, do a little jalapeno and a little garlic, a little piece of garlic in the jalapeno boat. Hello there. I'm just a little banana garlic hanging out in your avocado toast. So just fun, you know, have fun with your food, because I think it should be engaging, not just flavor and health, visual is stimulating as well. And also having fun creating, you know, and for our brains, I think what it tells ourselves is that we care about ourselves and that we can do this for ourselves. We don't have to have company or anybody coming over to make a nice little plate of yummy, cute little hors d'oeuvres and have ourselves, you know, a little party, you know, and watch a show or go sit outside on the deck or in a park or, you know, in the yard or in the snow or I don't know, wherever you are, and just have some fun with coffee or, you know, who knows what else. But look at that. Isn't that nice? That's so pretty. Oh, so pretty. Oh, now you can see, right? Totally that if I were to put a little bit of tomato, like say I had some little cherry tomatoes, you know, I could do little cherry tomato slices on here also. Also dried tomato could be yummy on there too. A red chili on there. There's so many things you could possibly put on here. Or you could even mix the plate up and you could have avocado. And then on some others, you could do like hummus or roasted red pepper or like, right? A cream cheese. In this case, I wouldn't use actual cream cheese. I'd use like a vegan style. But I'm just saying, that's right, Eva. If we plate it up and we make it look nice, once we're done cooking and we move away from all of the, you know, and we sit at the table or wherever and we look at our food, all of a sudden we might be re-inspired in the sense of an appetite might actually show up. So with me, I don't know if you experience this, but I have issues with appetite and food and securities and all kinds of stuff. And it makes it very difficult for me to create or cook for myself. Even though you guys see, I do post a lot of cooking, but the actuality is I can't do it as much as I want to at all. And I don't do like really full meals. I kind of focus on a singular entree, as it were, usually. And I do a ton of snacking, But if we make something and then we plate it up nicely for ourselves and move it away from the mess of where we created it and sit somewhere nicer for ourselves, give yourself a moment, breathe, sit down, pretend you're at a restaurant, pretend you're the waiter that just served yourself, and shift into that comfort mode and look at it and smell it and say thank you and be grateful and say thank you to everyone out there that grew these avocados and picked them and the garlic and made the toast and the people that shipped it and like all, you know, everyone that helped. But when I do that, it really helps me then start to get a little bit of an appetite. And even if I look at it and I'm like, oh, I made too much, I'm not really that hungry, even if I just start to nibble at it, that is a huge improvement from not having anything at all. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of black cracked pepper on here. Boop, 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 which I think is also lovely. And I'm opening up Michelle's refrigerator. I'm looking around in here for something. Oh, here we go. She's got a tiny bit of salsa. So, so we can see kind of like what the red does to the plating and what it looks like, you know? We'll just take a little bit here. Like I said, with a little bit of tomato or whatever. So then a little dollop, right? A little dollop of some tomato salsa with some onion, like so. Right, so it's so easy to create like a little variety plate too. Like I said, you could have hummus, cheese, you know, different things. But I practice like mostly vegetarian, vegan, you know. But everybody do your thing. Just try to make sure it's sustainable if you can. Look at that. Did that turn out nice? Yeah. Okay, now let's take my own advice, shall we? Let's shift up to another area. You want to go with me? Let's go with me. This phone, I'm using my goddaughter's phone stand, which is like a car stand, which is really cool. But it's gonna shake for a second here while I release it from the cabinet top. Bonk. Okay. Oh shoot, hold on. I gotta get a napkin. Gotta get a napkin. Okay. I got a napkin. All right, now let's change our environment, because I could eat this right here. You know what I'm saying? I could eat this right here. But there is a moment of sun right now. It's like between rain and there's like a massive, like, there's gonna be like a what do they call that? The river, the atmospheric river. But let's go out here real quick, shall we? Oh, lovely. Ah. See, look at that. We change our environment up. And would you like anything else then, Gov? Here's a nice napkin for you. Yeah, I don't know why I'm using that voice, okay? Just don't mind me, please. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Doesn't that make you feel better? Okay, be right back. Forgot my coffee. BRB. Did you see the kitty? Hi, Kiki. Hi, Snow. Meow, meow. Come here, love. You're the snowball. Hi, Snowy. You're a big kitty. You're a big kitty cat. You're so big. Yes, you're the boy. Yes. Mwah. Yes. Now, don't you dare eat my avocado toast. Oh, this looks yummy and delightful. Yummy and delightful. I know it's getting cold. I love to eat it when the toast is still warm on here, but it's okay. I just want you to relax for a minute and breathe, and I hope you're making something for yourself. I'm gonna be right back. The stick stays outside one hour for me. Hey you all, there's the little espresso you ordered. Please enjoy your snack and come see us again sometime. Take care. And there we go. How about that? Don't eat that kitty. Oh my goodness. How lovely. How lovely. Now this shot is, very boring in comparison, isn't it? Let's sit over here. And the chairs are a little wet too. So cheers, my friends. A little yummy espresso. Oh, you want to say, let's say hi to Hannah. Here you go. Where's Hannah at? Where's she at? Oh, there she is. She's got a stick from the beach we brought back. Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for saying hi and being here for a few minutes. And cheers. A little espresso with some vanilla. Oh, it smells so good. Mmm. And then now, let's do a cheers with our wonderful avocado toast. Thanks for joining me and being here. Love you so much. Oh, I'm getting shaky. I love this little stand right here. Let's bring this down a little bit. There we go. Okay. Thank you again. And please join me for a moment, okay? Real quick. I'm not a religious person, but I just want to do my thing where I always say, I wish everyone safe, clean water to drink, sustenance, safe food that nourishes your heart, your soul, some sort of shelter, and more than anything, self-love, kindness, here, and then out to the entire world and to everyone, because we need that more than anything. Here's to safe boundaries and learning how to love ourselves. Have a lovely day, and thank you so much for joining me on my little adventures that I do like this. It really fulfills my life, and it means a lot to me. So blessed when so many have so little. So please help the houseless. Please help those that are having food insecurities and struggles in any way you can. And that includes ourselves. That includes ourselves. Remember that. All right. Oh. The seasoning is perfect. The cumin, cayenne, the paprika, the garlic. I can taste it all. Oh. Wow. That is popping. Oh my goodness. Oh, hold on, phone. Come here. Hannah and I send you our love, our warmth, healing vibrations. And thank you so much again for being here and giving us some of that love too, because we need it also. And I am so appreciative of everyone out there that is so kind and loving and helpful. I hope you enjoy your day too. And maybe later, if I get some energy, maybe I'll, do a little song or something, maybe a little dress up. Who knows? Okay, bye. Say goodbye, Snow. Say goodbye, Hannah. Thanks again. Now go treat yourself well, please. All right? We love you.